A lot of voice notes in the middle of the night, often. Like I wake up, especially if baby wakes up, whatever. Like sometimes it's that sort of twilight zone.
It is Alt 98.7. You got Booker and Stryker and a great guest and a good friend of the show.
Yes.
33% of Muse is here. He is Matt Bellamy.
I'm here. Great to be back. Great to see you guys.
It's great to see you too. So, authentically, how are you?
I'm great. I'm awesome. Yeah, I'm loving LA life. I'm the last man standing here. You know, the other two are like bailed and they can handle it. It's too hot for them.
Right. Okay.
Well, he's got the kids that anchor him here.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to leave.
I came here to party in 2010. You know, we all came here, rented our house up off Sunset Strip. The idea was just to go wild. I mean, like be rock stars. And within 5 minutes, I met someone I had dated.
Now you're stuck here for at least how many years till 18 is left?
She saw me get off the bus and she's like, look, took it straight away. So yeah, I'm living here now. I've got 3 kids now, and yeah, I just love LA, man. It's like I tried to go back to England for like a few months, and I just can't handle that weather. I just can't do it.
Wow, you've got soft. I love it.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I'm all in now. I'm here for life.
I remember when we first met, I mentioned the LA Lakers, and at that time, maybe you went to one game.
Oh, yeah.
Over the last however many years that has been, you go to those games? Are you in LA sports?
Yeah. I mean, the Lakers, I saw them about 3 or 4 times on this season, I think. You know?
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. They were doing well. We thought we had a chance, but yeah.
He's probably got like most hated freeways down.
Right. Worst streets, best streets.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my favorite SNL skit, isn't it? You know, the one where they do the Californians?
The Californians.
They talk about 405 and the 10.
101. Oh my God.
That's the deepest conversation we have there, basically. That's a sign of how good the life is.
So we're like a week away or so from the wow signal from all the songs being released. I guess 4 or 5 that I've heard. I love you guys. It's awesome. How are you feeling mentally, creatively, for everybody to hear every song right now?
I feel really good about this one, yeah, because you know, our fan base is pretty. Yeah, they let us know when they don't like something. You know, I mean, they really do. Yeah, trust me, we've got a pretty brutal fan base.
Okay,
and the last 3 albums have been pretty good, but I think there's been quite a few songs where they're like, nah, stop that. So this album, so far, the reaction from our fans anyway has been amazing. You know,
nice.
It's been the best I've seen from any songs we've released for like at least 10 years. You know, so it's great.
Wow.
I kind of want you to expand a little bit on how you honed in on what they don't like. Is there something specific that you...
It's a mysterious science that I'm still trying to crack. I don't really know, because like sometimes I think they just don't like anything new. Well, that was my theory for a while. But then it's more refined than that. I think they want us to be a little bit out there, like a little bit non-formulaic. They want us to be prog, weird, experimental, and strange. I think that's what they like. So long as it's nothing like, it needs to be alt, basically. That's it. If we do anything that feels like remotely like pop or remotely like kind of commercial, they're like, fuck that.
Wow. I find that so interesting as well, because it's hard for me to rag on or say something mean about one of my 10 favorite bands of all time, no matter who that is. And so the audacity to go online and go, this song stinks by you, and say, you clearly don't read it. Right, no, I see the comments and I turn red. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Go on now.
You put out quite a few songs, so 4 have come out so far. Why do you just get bored of?
It's partly because of what we're talking about. You know, it's like we are so diverse in what we do. So I think like putting out one song might just give someone the wrong impression of what the whole album is. You know, so like putting out little bits here and there, I think gives people time to absorb songs, but also comprehend how different they are.
Okay.
I mean, like Night Shift Superstar and like Unraveling the Lights. It's almost like 2 different artists. You know.
Matt, Dom, and Chris, how collaborative did this one feel compared to the previous? Were you in the same room? How did it go down for this record? Yeah,
it was pretty full on. We spent a lot of time in Chris's studio. He's got his own studio in his house in London. I got my studio in LA, and we basically moved between the two. And and those guys were like really keen for us. You know, they were very keen to do something that the fan base liked. I mean, I tend to drift off and do things that are just kind of weird. Like, they've got nothing to do with use even. I've got away with some weird stuff over the years. So you listen to like Space Dementia or like Exogenesis, the Symphony. Like, I can't believe they let that pass. You know, but I got it on the record. So this time they were kind of policing me a little bit. You know, making sure that I didn't do anything too strange. Well, not strange. Actually, if anything, making sure I was doing something more strange enough. You know, well, if anything.
I haven't heard. What is it? Space Debris, the last one. That stinks of you. That's you, right?
That's a peak.
I knew it. I knew it. I saw that. I go, that's Matt.
If it would have been 10 minutes, if I didn't have anyone else. But yeah, those guys, and also those guys were really keen, to really make, I was keen as well to like make some amazing bass lines on this album and drum parts. So I think all three of us on our instruments are really shining on this album in a way that maybe the last three albums weren't. So there's some of the best bass lines on this album we've ever had, some of the best drum parts and so on.
Can you throw out a few songs that come to mind off the new album that you are most keen of, to use a word that you say?
To use a word, or
No, keen that you love. What are some songs straight away that you just love that you're like,
Hexagons.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to go for the weird stuff. So like Hexagons, I love. It was I wanted to do a song that was experimenting with 6/8, 6/4 time signatures, moving around different tempos, and also like some cool, interesting guitar work. Very deep, very progressive, very strange songs speaking about like upper dimensions in space and blah blah. That would be one of my favorites. But also the complete opposite of that would be My Chef Superstar, which is a very like it's
just came out.
Yeah, it just came out. Yeah, and that's one of my favorites because it's something that Muse has sort of tried to do over the years. We did that Panic Station, Supermassive Black Hole. We have these kind of songs that had this kind of slightly funky Prince kind of thing going on. I think that song, like, we properly nailed it.
Is there anything that you did that maybe completely off the reservation for the band this time around on this album where you said, hey, ukulele or whatever, what could it be?
No, there is one song that I still think is great. It didn't make it on the album.
Oh.
Because Chris was there. Don was like, actually, like, nah, like maybe make it a B-side. But it's basically like a romantic piano classical piece.
Oh.
And I guess it's because there's not much bass and drums in it, So, like, they're like, well, what about us, So I think the songs that tend to make the album are the ones where they both feel like, okay, we're shining as well. It's not just Matt like waffling on the piano, So, but I'm going to try and weave that in somewhere, future album or B-side or something.
Nice. Is there one producer for the whole album, or did you bring in different people for
it was mostly the band and Dan. So Dan Lancaster has kind of been in the band now as a live member for about 5 years or something, and through those years got to know his kind of produced chops really well. It wasn't until this album he said, like, let's go all in and let him produce the album. He was great because he's so close to us. It was very relaxed, It wasn't like working with someone you don't know. So, and then we brought in Blood Pop for a couple of times. He was very much like a Rick Rubin type. He just came in on a couple of tunes and went, change that, edit that, and then walks out. But it turns out that everything he said was brilliant. So really, there was just those two. But mainly Dan did the bulk of the work, and then Chris actually was engineering this out, which is quite cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, Chris has become like very much like a guy with the mics and all the cables and all the gear and all the compressors and the microphone. He's all over it, So a lot of the album was engineered by him. We also worked with Alex Bonkorf. He produced 2 songs, and he did some work with us on previous albums. So yeah, it was like a team.
Matt from Muse joins Booker and Stryker, and we're lucky to have you this year at the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Yeah. Oh yeah, September. Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
What's that like when you look at something like you'll be playing with BTS and Cardi B,
Yes.
and how do you rein in your set list or do you just say let's go tripping?
The last one, I think we were the warm-up act for Ilvis, the Fox song.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, this is the best bill I've ever been on. So that's intriguing to be on bills with. I mean, BTS, of course, they'll be amazing, but like, we get to see stuff that we probably would normally get to see.
Right.
So that's the positive spin. Yeah.
Do you like Vegas? Have you gambled? Like when you guys first went to Vegas as Muse, did you like hit the casinos?
I'm a poker player.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I play in tournaments here sometimes, and I came third in one actually. It was only about 30 people there, so
that's all right.
It was amazing. I made like $1,000 or something. But yeah, I like to play poker. But when you get into those kinds of casinos at the high level, I've tried to play in the high level. It's like you realize immediately that you're more professional.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the whole buying back in thing is like that's a never-ending.
I know. Yeah, it never ends. So I keep it to amateur only. You know what I mean?
Smart man.
But yeah, I love Vegas. I've been there a couple of times. I went to the Sphere to see U2. But I really enjoyed that show. And I did a song with Anima actually, which is going to come out in the summer, I think. And he's going to go into the Sphere next year, so I'm hoping to go there and do a song with him.
Oh, very cool.
We saw Muse in Vegas. Evanescence opened up. Do you remember specific shows?
Which one?
See?
Vegas. I remember Evanescence.
Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. It was Vegas at
T-Mobile Arena, the same place with the iHeart Festival.
Yeah, that was an amazing show. It was so fun.
It's like, how much did you lose that night? Is it better?
Oh, yeah, it's probably a pretty grand. Yeah, I'd say, yeah.
I have a question about the live shows, because one of the great things about Muse is the preparation and the effort you put into the live shows. No matter what the cost, it's like you guys don't care. You want to do it.
Yeah.
Is everything planned out for the upcoming big tour?
We've got a sort of 2-3 year plan. We're going to start off kind of like, I don't mean to say start off small because we're playing like amphitheaters like a Hollywood Bowl. I mean production wise, we're starting off pretty like straightforward, like lasers and screens and stuff. But then we're going to ramp up to arenas, and we're going to bring the arena show here in the new year.
Nice.
That will be even more like next level in terms of like all sorts of stuff going on. And then we're eventually going to ramp up to outdoor shows around the world. Hopefully, I love the idea we can do football stadiums in America one day.
Right.
We do football stadiums in most of the rest of the world, so we're kind of going to try and ramp up to either 27 or 28, doing a very big outdoor tour. So we're kind of ramping up to the big show. Yeah.
Do you love the being involved with the planning of what the staging is going to look like and how it's all going to be delivered? Who's the biggest nerd in the band for that? Would that be you? It's you.
Yeah, that's definitely me. Yeah. I love all that stuff. I always try and throw in things that sometimes can't always get in there. On this tour, we're trying to bring in like icebergs. Yeah, I might look a bit like Stonehenge. You know what I mean? I saw the drawing. I was trying to bring like all the ice rocks in. It's like, that looks a bit like Stonehenge, does it? Yeah, it's Spinal Tap. There's these new lasers we're going to use that can create kind of geometric shapes. So we're going to do something like that. We'll do. I don't know. We'll see. I want to bring drones back one day. But you're not allowed. When we did it, it was kind of before the Lord caught up. So we did all these drones flying over the audience in 2016, and now you can't do that. Now you can't do it over the audience. So I'm hoping for that technology to come back one day, because I think flying objects in the venue is amazing.
I didn't even know that was a rule. You can't do that now, huh?
Not directly over the audience. Yeah.
So when you put out that album, we did the drones album. You had those things just flying around.
We did. You had to fly around. And why don't you did come down? I mean, it was an inflatable thing with loads of drones attached. It came down in Mexico City, and it came down. And as soon as the crowd grabbed it, we thought like, put it back up again. They didn't. They grabbed it and ripped it to pieces.
So did you get a talking to about that, and that's how it ended, or
there
was
some chaos on that.
Okay.
I think we kind of set the after our tour, the regulations came in.
Congratulations.
Did you think all those years ago that Muse, the three of you, would put out 10 full-length studio albums?
No, never thought that. Yeah, I think our idea of making it big was playing like theatres around the UK, let alone international. So yeah, we've always been surprised by the success we've had. We've always had to step up to what the fan base, the ticket sales were unbelievable in early years. That we just weren't a big live band. As in our heads, we were just like gazing, looking for, and then like these big venues started getting booked. I'm like, okay, we've got to do some shit. Yeah, we've got like the reason why, because of our Japanese shows, we're trying to distract everyone from looking at us. There's not much to look at.
Every part of from recording to performing in front of people, it's kind of its own project. Even planning, as you were just talking about. Do you have a favorite? Do you love something still more? Is it standing in front of people playing, or is it creating?
I mean, I love all of it. Right now I'm sort of I feel like we're peaking again, like creatively speaking. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a real resurgence of ideas and music. This album was one of the easiest albums for me to write. It just came to me. Some of these albums were staggered over months and months and months of writing book, getting through it, coming up with new ideas, trying not to repeat. So this album was like, boom, I know exactly what I want to do. And then same with the tour. So I'm loving all of it really right now. I just feel like we're on fire.
Matt, was there a start date to the album, or have you been coming up with song ideas for the last 2-3 years? How did it go down?
Really, it was just like September, October last year.
Okay.
I went in the studio and we had the bulk of the songs written and ready by Christmas time, and then we finished recording in the new year. So it went really quick. Yeah.
Do you have to schedule time to do this when you're going to work? You're a dad. You got a family. Are you like us? Like we're always like, we got an idea. We put it on our phone, and we get it later on.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of voice notes in the middle of the night. Often, I wake up, especially if baby wakes up, or whatever. Like sometimes it's that sort of twilight zone when you try to go back to sleep again, like 2 a.m. Voice notes start coming out, like lyrical ideas, like little riff ideas, stuff like that. So I collect that stuff over that probably goes back a year or so, But in terms of then actually getting the studio, then I pull out the voice notes and we get going. The way in terms of without sounding too boring about it, is a bit like a 9-to-5 job for me. I take the kids to school. I drop the kids to school and I go straight to the studio, and I'm there all day long, and then I pick the kids up to school again. So that's it.
Have you ever been yelled at for going the wrong direction, dropping off the kids at school, or not paying attention?
I do get. I'm pretty late with them. I've got to be honest. They get late, Mark. So I try my best to get out of bed at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. every day, and I'm like, end up like dropping them off like 10 minutes late sometimes. And like, I get that look from the teachers, like, piece of up stuff.
One more thing about the voice notes, dude. Because mine, I do the same thing. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night, but my problem is the next morning I go, "What the hell is this?" Do yours make it to the record usually? And do you remember them?
I've still probably got like 10 or so voice notes of like new ideas that I haven't even got to yet.
Is it vocals or is it
Sometimes it's a groove with a little way of like, or whatever. Yeah.
So you do that in the middle.
Sometimes like a little melody, or it might just be like a title idea, like Cryogen, for example. Like I just said Cryogen. Write a song about Cryogen. Cryogen's cool. It sings really well. Cryogen. And I was like, okay, and that was it. That was the studio. And then from there, but then other ones, it's like a riff idea, like Magic Superstar is like boom, boom. So I just put that into a voice note.
And you're waking up in the middle of the night and you're doing that. Were you dreaming it?
In my mind, I know exactly what the whole picture is.
Okay.
I just have to put a little voice note in, and then when I hear the voice note, it triggers the.
It will. Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you dreaming the songs? Like, if you're saying it comes to you, or you just landing up because it's 4 o'clock in the morning
in the shower. It's in the shower. It's like school runs in the car. It's middle of the night when babies wake up.
Okay.
So it's
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of all of it.
See, our ideas are like, should we talk about pineapple on pizza tomorrow? It's nothing like that.
I can literally look at my last one. Oh, I know.
What?
Embarrassing pains, because I have a pain in my ass and I don't want to tell my doctor.
That's me. Sorry.
No, you are that. But you know what I mean? Like, that was my latest wake up in the middle of the night. Like, why does my ass hurt all the time?
All right. Matt Bellamy is with us. This could be one of my last things. Have you done deep dives recently as the government is releasing more UFO files? Are you into this?
I love it. Yeah. I mean, I think we are living through a time where alien intelligence. I think it might more come in the form of AI actually, but I think when it presents itself in the next few years, it will seem quite like alien intelligence. I mean, it is really, and I think as we see AI evolving, I think we're realizing that most intelligence, once it evolves past a planet, is likely to be artificial, or technology based. So I would imagine as we build an AI, I think it could be communicating in a way that we don't understand already with others. So I think that's going to happen within our lifetime. That's it.
Is that's a good jumping board to? Do you use it for your music at all? Do you?
Not for music. No. I mean, I've got to admit, I may have gone there to like get some thesaurus or spell checks or stuff like that, or like little ideas, but not really. I mean, I think it's best to try and let stuff come from yourself. I think it always feels more authentic if it comes from a human, honestly. And if it's your own thoughts and your own emotions, I think it's always going to be better, And also, like, I've heard AI music, and honestly, like, I can just hear exactly what it's doing all the time, and it's just very much trained on generic material slop, we call it, And it's if you want to do pop or like EDM, I think that AI can have a role. But if you want to do like rock or anything interesting or anything unusual, I think especially like classical or rock, I say, stay human,
I love that. The Wow Signal. That's the album. That's 10 full-length albums for Matt Bellamy, Dom, and Chris. Thank you for joining us on our show, man. Much love to you, Matt.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, cheers.